Hello, hello. We are live at the Final Four Tribal Council. Our host of Tribal Council, Cam, behind me, acting as our Jeff all season long. Actually, all series long, because he did it last year too. We are about to have the players file in.
All right, Final Four, come on in.
We have Sarah, Kelsey, Kyle, and Jordan.
I will now bring in our jury.
Oh, sorry. I don't care.
Jury. We have Alyssa, Michael, Declan, Sarah, Kyle, Bobby, Daniel, Bennett, and Nina voted out at our last tribal council. All right, does anyone want to fill me in on what's going on today?
It's me.
It's you?
Yeah. So sorry. It's been a rough year for me. I beat my placement from last time. My last game, so I'm very proud of myself. I actually considered not coming at one point. So I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of these guys. And
Is there anything you can say to potentially cause a tie or anything like that?
I have said everything I can.
And who of the three are you trying to potentially put it against?
I mean, I said that I think that Kelsey gets a lot of blue vote. I think she gets a lot of votes. I think she's very likable. But I also think that Jordan's been playing a lot from the bottom. He's been like clawing his way out, and I think that is really impressive as a juror. That's something I look for as a juror sometimes, but also I do look for the people that kind of do play that under the radar game like Kelsey has played this whole time. So I've had a lot of people say to me that they think Kelsey could win the game even before this. So that's kind of what I've said. I don't have a relationship with some of the jury members at all, really. And I think that makes me less of a target, but that's how they're thinking. You know what? That's what they decided. Right?
Yeah, Kyle, you had that come from behind victory there in the challenge, and you have the necklace. Do you feel like the way that it shook out there, are you making the decision of who you're going to sit next to at Final Tribal, or was it, a group decision out there?
I think, we knew going into this, the three of us have been working together for a long time, and so we knew that as long as Sarah didn't win immunity, she would be the one to go. And I got the necklace, and, Sarah's played such a phenomenal game, such a good social game. She's been on every vote. I think if I was sitting on the jury, I would vote for her, so... Well, I think the other two are also threats as well. I think Sarah is one of the players who could, potentially take this whole thing. And I think my best option moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, if the three of you are working together, Jordan, and you're worried about, potentially Sarah at Final Tribal, do you look to the left and the right of you and say, I can beat both of those people?
I think both of these girls have played such an amazing game. Kyle as well. It's really hard to see what the outside thinks, but I really just genuinely think both of these two did a phenomenal job playing two completely different games. There's pros and cons for everybody to win, for sure. Sarah has been, both of these two have been my rock. I'm in a really hard place right now where I was on the bottom for 3, 4, 5 eliminations where I just stood in the middle, and there were clumps of 5 and 4 and 3 around me, and I was just waiting for someone to throw me a bone, and a couple people did. Actually, a lot of people did, which I appreciate, which has been making this even tougher, because when 7 people throw me a little bone or, whisper me something, whether they're the ones that pushed it or they found out last minute and wanted to maybe get me as a jury vote if I was on the other side. Some of them are over there, some of them are here. And I really think Kelsey and Sarah had a huge, huge part in that. So that's why this is making it difficult I just feel like I want to give back to the person, but also weigh my options on who is the bigger jury threat. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay. Kelsey, you were really close with that last puzzle, in the lead for 99% of that challenge. Is that a potential $1 million mistake if Sarah is able to convince people? She said your name first in terms of who she might have been.
Quite possibly, yeah.
What is your pitch to Jordan and Kyle?
Well, yeah, first I want to say is that winning immunity is awesome and it's great, but I want my game to not be revolved around needing to win it. I want my game to be revolved around having the connections that I need to make me stay, and I would like to think I have that. Us three have been working together for a really, really long time, but that also doesn't discount how close Jordan feels to Sarah and how great Sarah is. Us three have kind of been on some more of the same tribes versus she has some connections that neither of us three do in the game, having been on some of the tribes that we never got to be on. So, and I mean, she's awesome. Like, she came into this game like having, some experience, which I mean, a lot of people have, but done well, and she's done well again. So, I think a lot of times in these games you can go really early once or really far, go out early or make it far, and it's a toss-up versus she's gone far twice. So that shows that she's really, really good at this game, and I think she's a lot smarter than sometimes that she lets on. We're all scared of her, and so that's only a compliment. It's nothing personal.
And maybe smarter than she even realizes.
Yeah,
I think that's a huge piece of it too.
Absolutely.
I think when you're in a pressure cooker like this, you're constantly doubting some of your decisions, and some of them you have to be really confident about, and other ones you are going to sleep on it for 8 hours on the dirt. And those are the ones that really seep in, and sometimes it is harder to see the more positive and impactful moves you make. And that's so it's probably a combination of what Kelsey and I just spoke about.
Yeah.
for
There's
her.
a lot of love here, which makes it hard for sure.
Yeah.
Sarah, I mean, if this is the end of the road, I mean, going out fourth in that fallen, hero spot there, I mean, what does this experience mean to you?
Strength. I've had a really shitty time. Like, life's been really fucking hard. So it feels good to be able to get through this and be able to show that I can do this. There's a lot of people in my life that don't think I can do this shit. So it's nice.
Awesome. I'll give you one last chance. You want to make a pitch, or you good to go?
I don't think there's any break in these three.
That's fine.
Honestly.
We'll get to the vote then. All right, Kelsey, you're up.
All right, they are off to vote. We're just going to step away briefly. Only 4 people voting. Answer seems pretty clear-cut on Sarah. A lot of emotion that she showed just now. These players come out here and they're in it for 5 days this time, and they are completely removed from the outside world. They are completely immersed in this experience. And so, the emotions are powerful. They mean that every player is taking this game really seriously and, taking advantage of all it has to offer and really playing their hearts out. So we love to see the emotion. It means that this game matters to them. It means, that it means a lot. So I'm gonna just head all the way back here to my little chair. We won't be here long this time. Chrissy's saying, ugh, why do these players make me cry? I feel the same way. I found myself tearing up just now as we talked to Sarah. But yeah, I mean, 4 really, great players out here, and sorry, so tired. Yeah, and so from a little bit, moving away from kind of a personal but to a strategic perspective on this vote, Kyle securing that immunity win and eyeing the jury and seeing, again, as we've talked about before, a lot of blue and red on it. and eliminating Sarah as the final gray person leaves him as the final original gray, potentially sitting next to two different blue players, potentially thinking that that might be the difference in his final tribal. Again, all four players were hoping to be the final three, as this game is ending with a final three tribal council, where they will all get to plead their cases in front of the jury and answer their questions. I'm really interested in seeing, you know, what kind of questions the jury asks, what they're thinking. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself because here we are still at the final four. Yeah. Sorry, I'm tired. Let's see. Let me scroll for any questions or comments. Kirk says, Survivor is so much more than winning if you allow it to be, and that is so true. It is character building. It is realizing you are tough enough to make it through this, that you do have what it takes. It's forming these lifelong bonds that so many players, you know, it's the highlight of the season for so many of them in their exit interviews. And it truly is about, you know, these connections that you'll make, these unlikely bonds with these people that you, as I think Bennett said, would never meet in your everyday life. It's just, it's truly an incredible and life-changing experience for, you know, so many of these players. And that's why we had so many of our season 1 cast actually come back to volunteer. They were excited to be back, you know, on site and in the game, but they were most excited to just reunite with each other and get to relive those memories. So, yeah, so, you know, yay live reality games. Yay that they exist, because they are pretty phenomenal things. So we are only in season 2 of ours, but looking forward to 2023 because we will be back. I am heading back over because, as you know, 4 votes takes much less time than any other vote, because that's how math works. So I am heading back on over to the challenge field with my gnarly tan lines here from being out here for 5 days. All right.
First vote. Sarah. Second vote. Kelsey. Next vote. Sarah. The next person voted out of Can You Survive 2022 and the final member of our jury, Sarah. Sarah,
All right, we will follow Sarah on down.
all right. Congrats on making the final.
We are
3.
still live. We're just going to be following Sarah on down the way. We'll get to catch up with her, ask her a few questions before she joins the jury. And we've been heading off to the left, so let's just do that again. Any initial thoughts going through your mind as we head over there? Great.
I'm proud of myself. So, oh my god. I've been holding in tears because, like, these games, I don't think people, like, who haven't played, they haven't been eating or sleeping, your emotions get to you. And anybody who knows
I'm sorry, there is a
oh my god,
like there is a
big bug.
there is a bug like chasing me around. Is it on me?
No, it's right on the circle. It's right.
Oh my god! Why is this happening? I'm so sorry. This is a very serious moment. I'm so sorry.
Actually, I really appreciate that. It really helped me stop.
Okay.
Anybody who hasn't played these games, it's very emotional. When you're not eating, you're not sleeping, just things get you. I wasn't really upset about being voted out. It was more just like, can't win. Also, it sucks to go right the fuck now. So I knew I had it in the bag. There's a lot of things that I haven't told a lot of people in this game, so I'm very excited to start being honest with them and being able to tell them a little bit more about me and like why I didn't tell them certain things. So I'm excited about that.
Absolutely. This is normally the time where I would ask you, your feelings, emotions, what's running through your brain. You touched on it there at Tribal Council. Anything you wanted to add?
I mean, I came into this game I wanted to get to merge. When I was at 24, I'm like, oh my god, there's no way. There's so many fucking people, and I saw people bonding. I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. But I'm really proud. I got to merge, I got to jury, and I beat my placement from Reelfoot. So, and I think I played 100% better game than I ever did in Reelfoot. So that's really what I wanted to achieve here, and I did it. So I'm extremely proud of myself.
Awesome, as you should be. Congratulations. As you said, you made it to the Final Four, the last jury slot, so you have pretty much experienced the entire game over the last 5 days. Can you speak a little bit about your experience out here?
It's been, I think like any of these games, and anybody who's played realizes that it's very life-changing. You're out here very little. You don't get to be on, you're so used to being, oh, let me check my phone. You can't do that out here. You're really relying on just social bonds and random things to pass the time, like digging dirt out from under your nails because you have nothing else better to do. And, you start to take, you have one orange slice that's covered in dirt, and you're just like, oh, this is the best thing I've ever eaten. And, you haven't been able to really wash your hands. You have sanitizer, but that's disgusting after a while. And you just really miss those comforts at home, especially after, like, my last game. I was in Tennessee, and it's freaking hot, but this was way hotter, and it was so much. I've never just been constantly sticky more ever in my life. So I took for granted my air conditioning, my comfiness, and just being able to live in my own filth and be okay with that.
Awesome. Can you share a favorite moment that you had out here with the viewers?
Oh, I've had so many good favorite moments, but I have to say probably the boat ride. It was really great to be able to go on a nice journey with two people and be able to experience something away from the game, something beautiful, but also it's like when you watch the show and you see those happen, you're always like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I want to experience that. So I'm so honored that I was the one that was picked on my tribe to be able to go do that.
Awesome. And before we let you go, you were not only playing for yourself, you were playing for a cause. So this is your chance to shout it out and tell the viewers who you were playing for.
So I was playing for Pathways for Change. It's a local organization. Wow, I cannot speak. Local organization in Worcester, Massachusetts. It helps women, men, anyone who have had domestic violence situations, sexual assault situations. They help people with legal. They also help with therapy. I've had a lot of previous clients go there and get help. I've also had friends go there and get help. It's a great organization, and since it is so small and local, it really could use some extra money, and I really wanted to give back to my own community when I was picking this charity.
I love that. Well, you will find out just how much money you raised for them later today. But first, we'll let you go eat and then join the jury.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. So there you have it, the last member being voted out. The next tribal council will be the final tribal council, where finally players will want to see their names on those parchments because the jury will be voting for a winner. So let me go find out for y'all when we think that that will be taking place, and I will just let you know. Oh, I'm like stumbling down the path here. Let's see. Where is our host? He is far away. He is giving the final three their t-shirts for the season. Brandon, when are we going to be coming back? The viewers would love to know.
I want to say about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we will be back in about 20 minutes. 20, maybe 25 minutes, and we will experience the final tribal council of Can You Survive 2022. See you then.